Hey everybody, we are going to be making FroZip Ice Pops today. All right, so Ice Pops, we're all familiar with Otter Pops, very similar to that, but we'll be using ingredients that maybe you have in your home to make these FroZip Pops. So what you need are these baggies, of course. There's 125, I got these on Amazon, there's 125, and I know it wasn't more than $6 for this whole packet. Also in there came a funnel. You'll be needing a funnel to pour your liquid into the bags. So today I made, yesterday actually I made a bunch of flavors so they could freeze up by today. So I made a juice that I had, which is called a green goodness juice. So use up whatever you have at home. There's also a amazing mango that you could turn into an ice pop. I did a blend of 1 banana, 2 strawberries, and some yogurt, and it made a real nice creamy ice pop. I also just blended some fruits, so I had some watermelons, so I put that in the blender, and I'll show you how to do that shortly, but made an ice pop that is a watermelon juice. And of course, if you have any kind of Kool-Aid or anything like that, you could use Kool-Aid. This is a grape Kool-Aid that I made. So with that, let's get started. I'll show you how to make them, and if you don't have or can't get the FroZip Pops, you can use ice cube trays like I've got right here. You can do the same thing, just whatever you want to put in the ice cube tray, you pour it in, cover it with some saran wrap, stick a toothpick to hold that toothpick up, stick it in your freezer. But for the FroZips, here's what we're gonna do. So you wanna have a Sharpie available, and you wanna write, or you don't have to, what you're going to be putting in the bag if you're doing a lot of different flavors. That way you'll remember what's in the baggie that you're putting in here. So just write the name. So for this one, I would write Green Goodness on my baggie. What you want to do is, of course, shake your juice or whatever you're using, just because things kind of settle, to make sure that the liquid is mixed well. And then you open up your baggie, and before you pour, you want to make sure you can see there's a little line right there. It says fill line. You don't want to go past that with your liquid. If you do, they could explode on you, because as things freeze, they expand. So all these ice pops that I made, I filled up to that line, and you can see as it froze during the night, it expanded, and now it's all the way to the top. So the first one, this is a funnel, like I said, that comes with it. It's really nice because it collapses, and you can put it in your bag and keep it with your FroZip Pops. And when you're ready to use it, just open it up. Or if not, you have a funnel at home, you can use any kind of funnel you have. So again, I'm gonna put my funnel inside this bag. And you might need some help, so you might need to have a parent around to help hold, because it is kind of hard to hold this and pour at the same time. Like I said, shake up whatever liquid you're going to be pouring into your FroZip bag. And I'm just gonna pour, and you'll see as I pour, it starts to go to the bottom there. You might need to open it up a little bit. There we go. And I'm gonna stop right at that line. I'm going to take out my funnel, and what you want to do now is you want to kind of squeeze that air out and then snap it shut. If you don't squeeze the air out of these plastic bags, and as it freezes, you're going to get an air bubble in there like I did on this one. So really not a big deal, you just have a little bit of an air bubble in there. So that is my green goodness. I'll do the same thing with my mango. First, I'll write on my bag if I want amazing mango on here. If not, I'll open up my baggie, put my funnel in, give this a shake, mix up my ingredients, and I will pour into my baggie up to my fill line. And I'm going to stop right there. Take out my funnel. And again, you want to squeeze it, get all that air out, and then go ahead and squeeze it shut. Make sure that you snap it shut, otherwise when you put these in the freezer, you don't have them snap shut, they will go all over your freezer. All right, so this is how I'm gonna make a smoothie with just banana, strawberries and a little bit of yogurt. So I'm only using a half a container of yogurt, and it makes 2 of these FroZip Pops. So to my blender, I'm going to add my 2 strawberries. You can cut them up or break them up if you want. If you have a pretty powerful blender, it really, you don't need to break them up. It'll blend on its own. Same thing with a banana, I'm just breaking it up a little bit. And you want to be careful not to over blend. So you don't want this on a super high speed, because then you're going to get a lot of air and it's going to be whipped and frothy. So we want it just blended so that we can pour it right into the bag, our FroZip bag. Okay, and I'm going to use my other half of my yogurt here and put that into my container of the blender. All right, and put the top on, and you'll see I'm just going to blend it on low speed, not too high. Let's see if this is on. Can't see the front. Oh, it's on. And I'm gonna hit my low button. Stop there, and it's just like a nice thick smoothie. And if you want it really smooth and you don't want the chunks, just let it go a little longer. Don't put the speed up higher, just let it blend a little bit longer. This is kind of chunky, so I like them kind of chunky, so I'm gonna leave it like that. If you don't, like I said, blend it a little bit longer, but not super high speed. Again, if you want to write on there what you're putting in there, this would be a yogurt, strawberry, banana. I'm going to put in my funnel, and I'm going to pour into my FroZip. So this is a little bit thicker, so I might have to tap it a little bit for it to go down if you have a thicker liquid that you're putting in there, but still you want to stop at that fill line either way. Just depends if you like texture or not. All right, just a little bit more. So it does take a little bit longer to fill when you are using thicker material. All right, and again, I'm gonna close this, snap it shut, and this one's ready for the freezer. So the next I'm gonna do, if you have any kind of fruit that you wanna do a fruit FroZip pop with, then you will blend it just like I did with my yogurt and banana and strawberry. So again, you don't want to go high speed because this will be really whipped up and frothy. We don't want that. So I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to go low and just blend it till I have liquid. And watermelon doesn't take long at all. And if you do not like the fiber in the FroZip Pops, the way you would strain out fiber from any type of fruit, if you blend fruit and you don't want that extra texture and fiber in there, you can strain it through a really fine, thin strainer. So what I want to do, I'm going to pour it into another bowl. And you'll see that I want to kind of push all that fiber out. It's all right if there's a little bit of yogurt in here. So I'm going to kind of push this through the strainer. Let me get this out of the way so you can see what's going on here. Move this aside. There we go. So you can see there's also a few seeds that didn't get blended, so those will not be going into my FroZip Pop also. And then I would probably pour this into a wet measuring cup so it'll be easier to pour it into my FroZip bag. So as you can see here, there's the pulp. And then I've got just the liquid. All right, the pulp, you can just toss that. Liquid measuring cup, please. So I'm going to now pour that into my FroZip bag. So you can see it'd be really kind of awkward to pour this into there, even though you will have a funnel. I would suggest pouring it into a measuring cup first and then into the bag. And I'm going to pour again all the way up to that fill line. And there we go. And again, fill line, snap, get the air out, and there we go. And the last one, Kool-Aid. So if we want to do Kool-Aid, we need to shake that up a little bit. Get all that sugar mixed up, put my funnel in, pour in my Kool-Aid. Again, this is grape Kool-Aid. Snap it shut. And from here, I would put it in some kind of maybe dish before putting it into your freezer and just kind of layer a bunch of them. Otherwise, it'd be kind of hard to be stacking them all on top of each other in the freezer. So this is FroZip Pops or Otter Pops or Popsicles, whatever you want to call them. Use what you have in your house. Make some really fun, delicious. It's getting treats for yourself. It's getting hot outside, so it's a great way to cool you down with stuff that you have at home. Do not forget to watch the Zoom videos and come to my Zoom Live on Tuesdays. It's going to be from 12 to 1 now instead of 11 to 12. You will get and you will be able to get entered into the drawing for the gift cards by coming to either my Zoom classes or watching my videos, and I think that's it. So until then, we will see you next week. Have a good day.